to say my client's coming out though, so I'll have to. So Devin, thank you so much for coming. This is my really good friend Rachel and my really good friend Jiana. We're all here today to share about what we've been going through with wellness, and Jiana and her recovery, really getting into remissions. It's been so amazing. So I just mentioned that our connection came from wellness and health, and I'm so glad you're here today. And if you're more comfortable being off camera, you certainly can be, but I'm grateful for you listening to any portion of this. And yeah, we'll be able to share more and more later.
Yeah, actually would love to start with interviewing Jiana. Jiana just had the most incredible transformation, and Anne has been an incredible support. Anne is just such a reservoir of knowledge and such a really caring and loving and deeply caring of human being about people, about the environment, about the world. And so I was really delighted that she brought Jiana into wellness. She's like on her journey, and Anne's been incredible support. And I really wanted to interview you, Jiana, and let the world kind of witness this interview because it's so incredible. And I'd love to ask you to share with us about your transformation, kind of like that you're on this journey now, you're in the middle of it, but what were you going through and what has changed?
Okay, so let's just say I've been on this Chrons journey now for 2.5 years. So that's when I started. That's when I got diagnosed with it. And it wasn't so bad when I first started out, but then it became gradually getting worse and worse and worse as time got by. And then it limited me to be able to do a lot of things.
Can you just tell us what Crohn's is?
So Crohn's is a autoimmune disease that attacks your digestional tract. So it gives you a lot of inflammation that inflames your intestines. So it causes you to go to the bathroom a lot. And most days you throw up and have a lot of nausea every single day. So
that's what you were having. Those were the symptoms you were having.
Yeah, that's what I was having.
So you were having nausea, you were just going to the bathroom all the time. What else?
And then later on, like within the last 6 months, I started having really bad joint pain, like my knees and my elbows and my feet, my knuckles were swelling up. And and then I was getting this weird stuff where I wasn't having circulation throughout my chest and I was turning purple.
Wow.
So that was happening too. And then also my kidneys started going into failure.
I have to say that now that you've been on this journey, we're going to go back and forth, but now that you've been adopting this nutrition and changing your nutrition protocol, like all the colors in your face, like you look so different than the first day I saw you, which was only a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I know.
Incredible change.
It's funny because I was telling Anne that the other day that like I had like these black bags under my eyes and I was pale, like I was really white, and now like the black bags are gone, my color's coming back. And
you definitely looked pale when I first saw you. I was like, oh my gosh, this woman needs help. That was the thought that went through my head at that time. And you look totally amazing, like 100% different now.
Yeah, and I feel amazing too.
That's incredible. Okay, so what were you doing to try to help your Crohn's?
Medically or?
Yeah, everything, anything. Before you found this protocol, before you found this nutrition protocol, before you found Purium.
So they put me on methotrexate, which is to help Crohn's flare-ups is what they call them. And it's a really strong medication and you take like 8 every time you have a flare-up. So it's really, yeah, for pain and to stop going to the bathroom so much, I guess, and stop having the abdominal pain.
And then how many different medications were you on?
I was on 10 in total.
10 medications. And how many are you on now?
0.
You got off all of your medications?
Yeah, I haven't taken any in a week and a half now, not even my nausea meds.
Wow. I'm just curious, since Devin's a nurse, do you have you ever met, do you know about Crohn's? Do you know what that is? You can just nod since we can't hear you. Yes or no? Yeah, okay. So she's familiar with it. Okay, this is pretty extraordinary. So you got off all of your medications. And how long has it been since you started this protocol and that you got off your medications? How long did it take?
I think it's only been about a month and a half.
Okay, so a month and a half ago, you started this protocol. I
Yeah.
don't even think it's been that long. I feel like I met you less than a month ago.
Yeah, but then I had messaged Anne like 3 weeks prior to that, and then I had, so yeah.
Started, okay. So what are you noticing now? Like so that we did this protocol, which we'll talk about the protocol later. And you did all this, we've been like incorporating all these like superfoods and these green drinks and these juices and tart cherry juice included and all kinds of things. But and also this gut rehabilitation was basically from the biomedic that actually removes glyphosate and all that stuff. We'll get into that. So you started this protocol, you were just adding all this stuff in, all this nutrients in once a day, and then you built up to like 3 times a day, right?
Yeah.
At what point did you notice, was it during that first 10 days or was it was it like, when did you notice a change? During
So
once a day or during the 3 times a day?
during the 3 times a day, I'd have to say, like, I mean, I noticed a little bit of change after I first started it, but it didn't start like I didn't start really noticing it until like a couple of weeks after. And then I just kept upping the protein shake or the chai shake, and I take that, and every time I started to feel bad, I would take the tart cherry and drink that, and it really made me feel good.
So you could feel the difference with the tart cherry juice, with the apothecary.
Oh yeah, it helps with pain. Like I didn't even know that, but it does, and it helps with inflammation.
Yeah, it's an incredible anti-inflammatory.
I noticed that because I kept upping it.
It has the highest antioxidants of any fruit in the world. It's used for gout and all kinds of things. So this is really great to know that this is the first time I've ever heard anyone say specifically that like the tart cherry juice helped me with pain. That's incredible. Would you feel it within a half hour, an hour, like?
About an hour, yeah. So I take it, and then if like I don't feel like I'm getting better, I increase a little more and take some more until I feel better.
Yeah, and it's just juice. It's just a fruit juice, so it's not like anything bad that's going to hurt you. And this is like a special formula that's very concentrated. And it's part of our kit. So this is like all part of like a larger protocol. Okay, so what have been the results?
So the results from that is that I don't have pain. I sleep a lot better. My anxiety is gone. My depression is gone. Like I don't have either one anymore. And like, I think it all did stem down from like being so sick. It's depressing, like, not being able to leave your house and all the time. So now I love leaving my house.
That's amazing. Wow, it's very liberating.
Yeah, so and it helps you sleep really good. Like every time I take it every night and I sleep very good every time I take it.
Yeah, it has naturally occurring melatonin. It definitely helps with sleep. And then tell us your doctor's results. So then you did this for 30 days and then you went to the doctor and had what? Some kind of.
So I had a colonoscopy last Monday. And they went in and there was only 1 polyp left. So I started out with 5 polyps when he first originally found them. Then after using this whole transformation of 30 days, he went back in and couldn't find the 5 polyps anymore and only could find 1. So he took that one off. And then he did
surgical removal, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he did biopsies on them, and then I got the paperwork back saying the biopsies were negative and that they could no longer find Chrons.
No longer detected. Chrons gone. Woo, crushed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Jiana. That's amazing.
And he was even surprised too. He was like, I've never seen such a healthy colonoscopy after seeing you in these ER visits all the time and everything. I can't believe that.
Did you tell him what you did?
Yeah, I did. And he was like, and I was doubting you the whole time. And now I'm not really doubting you. I really believe you.
Well, we should get on the phone with him and talk to him about what we're doing, and maybe he can help other patients.
Yeah, that's what I want to do but I don't know if he'll do it, but
we'll talk to him later. So that's really incredible. And then Anne, so is there anything left out of your story? Is there anything else we can extract out? You don't need medication anymore.
Yeah, the medication is a big deal. She actually, the driver was Gianna's willingness to trust herself. She knew that she could heal. And I think that was a big thing. And her appointment for the removal of her colon was September.
Mhm.
Wow.
So, and our goal was to get out of September without that surgery. So
I remember having that conversation. I said, hold off on the surgery till you've done this. Just do this first.
yes.
So you saved yourself surgery where they would have cut out a bunch of your colon, right?
They wanted to cut out my parts of my colon and give me a colonoscopy bag, and then they wanted to cut into my large. Yeah, they wanted to cut into my large intestine and remove parts of my stomach to make it smaller.
Whew. Can't even imagine. You dodged a bullet. You
Yeah, I
dodged a
did.
bullet. That's huge. That's really huge. Thank you for sharing that story. That's incredible.
And I'm glad I didn't go that route because you need your body parts. So
You need a.
Yeah, you need them all.
I
And
mean, we
you
have
got
them
a
for a
gallbladder
reason.
removed, right? Yeah.
Never fun losing an organ, I'll tell you that.
No. So this is wonderful. Any questions? Does anyone else have any questions for Jiana? Did I miss anything?
Well, I do want to mention that you pulled yourself off the pharmaceuticals too.
I did. I slowly kept cutting myself down when I knew I didn't need it. And oh, I'll share one more thing, I guess, if you want to hear.
Yes, please do. Tell us everything.
So I got approved for disability, right? And they told me that if I didn't continue to keep taking the medication and doing everything they tell me, even though I'm in Crohn's remission, I will not get my disability anymore. So I told them, well, I'm not going to take it if I don't need it. So I don't need the disability. There.
So they were going to make her take all the medications and have visits with them to keep, even though she was in remission.
Fascinating.
Right.
That's sad. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, it sounds like you don't need it because now you got a job and you're now managing a restaurant and you're good.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't need it anyways, but I just thought I'd share that because it just goes to show how much like they believe in their pharmaceutical medicine, and you don't need to put that medicine into your body if you don't need it, is how I feel. But
yeah. Do you feel okay, and then how do you feel about your future? Like what do you see as possible now moving forward?
well, in my future, I feel like I could potentially save money since I'm working and I haven't been able to work because of my illness. Obviously, this is like going back to work after not being working for like 2 months. And so that's a big thing for me because I've always been a worker, like never the longest I've been out of work my whole entire life. And so that's a big step right there, being able to feel better to be able to work.
Mhm. Yeah.
And my plan is to get all the way better and move closer to my kids and get them back and drag them along this health journey too, and
Yeah.
let them see how much I've gotten better so I could be a good mom to them.
Oh, honey.
Beautiful.
I mean, the amount of time you had to throw up all day before would have taken up any mothering time you had before. It was insane.
Yeah, I was nonstop vomiting every single day. Like I did not see a day where it was really draining.
Was your health why you have something to do with why you left, or you left and then your health got bad?
No, my health was already bad, but I was just trying to give myself a new start and a new beginning type of thing to get away from things that were holding me back from making a better future for myself. So that's why I left. But now in that journey, I'm able to recover and get better. So hopefully I can move back closer soon.
Beautiful. And so did you notice, I know that have you started losing weight yet?
Yeah, I have actually. Well, I've lost 25 pounds since but then before that I was already losing weight from like throwing up. But immediately when I went in for my removal of the polyps, I was 25 pounds down more than I was the 2 week before that visit.
So you lost 25 pounds in 2 weeks. Once you started the products, you lost 25 pounds in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Incredible.
So yeah, even my doctor's like, how'd you do that? And why are you doing that? And I was like, well, I want to. I like it. It feels good.
And so you told them that this is going to get me healthy. I mean, I feel good doing it. And you notice more energy?
Oh yeah, a lot more energy. I don't feel as tired, or I felt so fatigued before, but it was just like from all the medication too and everything, it was just draining me.
And the depletion, there were no nutrients getting in. She wasn't absorbing anything.
Yeah, exactly. So what does it feel like having energy? How is that impacting your life in your day?
A lot better. Like I wake up and I don't feel sick. Like the past week and a half, I have not thrown up one time. And I wake up and I'm like, I feel weird because it's weird to me because I don't throw up. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. Like I don't wake up and completely feel like crap in the morning. I wake up happy because I feel better and I don't feel like drained and not wanting to even get up for the day because I'm not feeling good.
Amazing. Huh. Everything's changed.
Yay. Do you have any questions, Devin? You could text them to me.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Devin, unfortunately. So if you want
Yeah,
to,
you could just
if
text
you want to
me.
be
I'll
heard,
read it.
just send a text message to Anne, or you can, yeah. That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that, Jiana. So this protocol, you're on month 2. Are you on month 2?
Yeah.
So this is a 90-day protocol that people start with. Like you basically purchase 30 days at a time, but most people do it for 90 days. I did it for a whole year because I enjoyed it so much and I felt it changed my life. I had Hashimoto's. I was struggling with autoimmune disorder of the thyroid. I had incredible fatigue. I was overweight, everything. I also lost 25 pounds. And I was really, really motivated to change my life. And I was amazed at how fast it changed, just like yours. Like within the first 2 weeks, all my adrenal fatigue was gone. My brain fog was gone. I lost like 10 pounds in those first 10 days. And I was like, this is totally amazing. I want to shout this from the rooftops. I want to share it with everybody I know. And that's how I ended up becoming a distributor and like working with the company and sharing this with Anne, who also lost a bunch of weight. Anne, what's your story?
I lost 45 pounds in a year. Devin, you probably remember that. I don't know if you saw me before, but I lost 45 pounds in a year and I lost 65 pounds in 18 months. And the part of the journey for me was I'm not an exercise person, so I never went for a walk one time. I only added the nutrition and did the cleanses. It taught me that even as a vegetarian, organic, vegan-ish person, gluten-free-ish person, that I wasn't absorbing nutrition. I was so hyperinflamed. Not only was I heavy, my ankles wouldn't work in the morning. So I would slide my way to the bathroom like I was in my, 90 years old.
Oh my God.
And then my ankles would start to work. And Rachel knows me as a dancer. Like I'm a dancer, handstand queen, right? And in my mind, I'm 200 pounds sliding my shit across, and I'm still dancer, handstand queen in my mind, but the emergency gallbladder remover and the extra pounds and all that, it was about somewhere between 2 to 3 or maybe 4 years maximum, where I just was really, I would say that I didn't know I was sick because I felt pretty good. I was just stiff and gaining weight constantly. And, my life was just kind of at a standstill, and I knew I was going to die if it kept going that way. You can't be inflamed like that. It's the first drumbeat of death, So as a wellness educator, I knew. And I saw your picture standing there with a shake on your arm like this. And I knew how sick you had been because you're my freaking homie. So I
love that you remember that.
Oh my God. I went like this. I took the picture, I tapped it, I like bred the blend. And I was immediate. I'm like, that's probably shit, right? Because I'm such a formulations geek. I'm like, whatever. So I look at the brand, I find out who formulated it, and I got chills on my whole body because I've known him for at that time 20 something years. Right. And I was like,
holy cow. I love that story.
That's why I was like, just send it to me. And you're like, nope, you got to get on the phone with Sarah. And I was like, but I want it.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I had no idea. That's so hilarious. So why don't you tell us about what's in the pack? Just help Devin learn a little bit about what's in there.
Okay. Yeah. So Devin, my favorite, the pack
Here,
is,
I'm going to share it too. So
Yeah.
you guys go ahead and figure that out. You guys start talking and I'll share it.
okay, so, and Gianna, this is good for you too, because the more times you hear this, the better. So the pack is 4 products. Sometimes it's hard for me to say that because I really like 5 products. But it's, are you pulling up the ULT, babe?
I am.
Okay, cool. So 4 products repeated twice, essentially, with a couple extras. And the 4 products marry together. This is my way of saying it. And maybe I can say this because Devin knows I'm kooky, but the 4 products marry together to create like a booby milk, like breast milk quality nutrient replacement. Does that make sense to you? Like the perfect food, all the nutrients you require, oxygenation, antioxidants, all of that. So they marry to give you that. So, you know, a program can be adding nutrients to your life and nothing else, or it can be, you know, this is what we're going to do to end a toxic or a chronic issue. Or it can be, oh, what's this? Or it can be, we're going to use this to lose weight or gain weight, so that the foods can be used on programs depending on needs. But it's the same foods, which if you think about it, shouldn't your groceries you take every day also be your medicine you use for cleansing? Isn't that a beautiful principle? So we take the groceries you take every day and we modify them into a different approach. And we use it to cleanse or heal as needed, you know, find wellness, let's say find wellness to keep it legal. And
Do you want to go over these products?
I can't see them.
What? Oh,
Yeah, I have a line.
what do you see?
Right now, just you, baby.
Sorry, I was like showing the products. So here we go. Tell me if you can see them.
I seen a line. Oh, there we go. I see it.
Yay. Okay, there you go. It says pinch out for bigger. So the extras would be the shaker bottle. And then one of the little small bottles is an extra too. But if you see that, you're basically looking at my groceries. I mean, that is what I mostly live on. And then again, we use this product to offer nutrients and an anti-inflammatory to Gianna, so she could start to give her body the necessary nutrients it needed to heal. So all we're doing is allowing the body to self-heal, right? Because the only disease, and Devin knows this as a nurse, is acidosis. So we're giving her the ability to absorb nutrition, but because of the pain and the inflammation of her gut, we needed to do something very acute. We needed to protect and heal the tears or the microfine tears in her 40 feet of tubing from her mouth to her booty. We needed to work on that. So we took the Biomedic, the one right in the front there that she's showing, and we used that sort of as, if you could imagine, like a balm or a salve for the 40 feet of tubing. What it allows us to do is remove toxic glyphosate Roundup, as well as other herbicides and pesticides. Now, we only paid to prove that it removes glyphosate, but we do have that proven. A 70% reduction in glyphosate toxic Roundup in the blood and urine samples of humans, only taking one a day and still eating GMO foods. It was a 70% reduction in 6 weeks. So when I have an inflamed arthritic client, it's Biomedic. When I have an anxiety client, it's Biomedic. When I have a colitis client, it's Biomedic. When I have a person who has constipation, it's Biomedic. And the reason it's Biomedic is because it's a formula that doesn't exist anywhere else. There's no way to remove and heal as quickly as this product does. And it's all natural, just 4 products. And anybody, even my celiac clients, can utilize this as the medicine they require for wellness on their journey. So the whole package allows nutrient absorption, which again is the power shake. That's not calories. You know, food is for calories as well as nutrients. And unfortunately, in our culture, it's become calories, not nutrients. So this is your nutrients, not much calories. And then let's see, the nutrients to the right, the apothecary, that what Gianna was talking about for pain and inflammation, is also a nutrient. That is your purples and your blues. And that gives you everything in the world of the antioxidants and the polyphenols that you need in that area. And let me see what you said here, Ben. Yes, it's true. Absolutely. What she said is exactly, it's a great summary quote. The body is, there's actually a part of your brain that is constantly foraging when it needs to for vitamins, minerals, and enzymes. And until you reach your daily requirement, you will be foraging for food. So for people who are overweight, they literally are starving. So we have a lot of compassion.
For the
My
replay
sisters,
viewers, I just want to say out loud, the body is hungry for nutrients, not for calories.
my sister is doing infusions for Crohn's, but also doing a gluten-free, GMO-free diet. Well, do you want to speak to that, Rachel?
Oh,
Devin
sorry,
had shared
Pat.
that.
My sister's doing infusions. I don't know what kind of infusion she's doing. I mean, gluten-free is only part of it. I mean, gluten-free is just like a small aspect. That's just not feeding pathogens, right? But you got to kill the pathogens. You don't want to just starve the pathogens. You also got to kill the pathogens. And so in the Power Shake is the barley green juice powder, which kills pathogens, kills viruses. And then so does the apothecary juice. And then you've also got, and then you're also wanting to abstain from other foods, because it's not enough to like let go of gluten. You got to also let go of oils. You got to let go of sugars. You got to let go of corn. You got to let go of, when I say sugars, I don't mean fruit. Fruit is not a sugar. Not the kind I'm talking about. I'm talking about processed sugar. You gotta let go of oils, and you gotta like basically have a very alkaline diet. So it's that you're going totally alkaline. This Power Shake is the most alkalizing formula ever. That is what's alkalizing the body. It's bringing you into an alkaline pH. And then the super aminos are just incredible protein. This is the building blocks for muscle. This helps build muscle. This turns fat into muscle. This basically is your fuel for your body, and it gives you a really nice, smooth energy all day long. And this is vegan, plant-based. So this one serving of this gives you the same aminos that you would get from like a serving of steak. So it's literally a replacement so that you don't have to have. So you can take a break from meat and heal let the liver cleanse and let your kidneys cleanse, and the super aminos are very safe. You want to talk about the super cleanser herbs?
Yeah, I do. I love the super cleanser herbs. They're not something that people are going to take all the time. That's not part of your core nutrition. But yeast, mold, fungus, candidas, parasites, we all touch money. We all, maybe we've all had sushi. We all have parasites. We all have these different things that get stuck within that 40 feet of tubing. And this is a very gentle formula for anti-parasitic, anti-yeast, mold, and fungus. It's not something that's going to cause cramping in the body and excess removal. It's really just there to work with the alkalinity, the alkalizing, to modify the terrain of the gut so that it's not a pleasurable place for those things to live and procreate. And so they leave rather than being killed, because we don't want to create corpses in our body, which of course causes more sickness and illness. So those are really gentle herbs for going to the bathroom, but not something like a smooth move tea or anything like that. It's not going to give you that kind of thing. So you're going to take those for 10 days during the cleanse, or during a certain program. You may actually do a cleanse. We do provide that option. And you can do them for 10 days and then take a break and do them for 10 days again. And that's important, because obviously if there are parasites, there's going to be eggs, and we want to take those out 10 days later. So that's an amazing thing. Like I said, I buy that that pack for groceries, and I just keep that super cleansers in my cabinet for any time I need them. So that's a beneficial thing.
Thank you. Thank you. And so what this looks like is you're basically taking all these products except the super cleanser herbs once a day for 10 days. So you're just replacing like your breakfast and just putting this in your body every morning.
30 days.
No, just for the first 10 days.
Oh, I see.
And you're just doing it once a day for the first 10 days. And then you've kind of had like a gentle introduction. Your body stops craving certain things. You start to feel more energy. You start to feel more motivated to continue. You start feeling this is working. Something's happening. I want to do a little bit more. And so then you can start to deepen it, and you can go to 3 times a day. And you can actually drink these green drinks 3 times a day for 10 days. And then you also do the super cleanser herbs. And then the last 10 days, you're going to go down to drinking the shakes twice a day. And then you're going to have, you're not going to be doing the cleanser herbs anymore. You're going to do everything twice a day for the last 10 days. And that's really like the lifestyle. So this is called the ultimate lifestyle transformation, because it's going to help you start to feel amazing. And it's also going to really help reduce cravings and change habits. That's the main thing. It's going to reduce cravings and change habits. So that's a really beautiful thing, because you don't have to rely on your willpower. As your body just becomes more alkaline, you'll just start craving more alkaline foods, right, Anne?
Incredible. Yeah, it's fun to be able to tell my clients they can eat whatever they want, because I've been doing this for 8 years, and I know that it takes maybe 2 days, 3 days before their brain starts craving higher quality foods, you know. So it's really fun. It's a really beautiful experience to watch people finally find nutrition that absorbs, but then also to watch as their bodies just start to, you know, they forget about the things, the issues they used to have. They say, "Oh, can I have, do you have a pill for this? Or do you have a pill for that?" And I never hear them ask again. They're not talking about their thyroid or their, you know, we live in a culture, and, you know, you all know this, but I need to say this, you know, because the depletion is beyond our fathoming. The soils, the generational depletion that we have, you know, I say this often, but it's important to remember, if there is no trace copper in the soil, there is no vitamin C in your organic apple. So yes, please eat your organic apple because it's not toxic. But is there nutrition in monocropping? Was a great idea, got out of hand. It's really turned out poorly. And now we are starving humans. And the generational depletion is so high. Now marry that to the overtoxicity of our fabric softeners and our deodorants and our perfumes and the air that we breathe and the glyphosate outside and our cars off-gassing and our couches off-gassing and our clothes. God forbid you use fabric softener or fabric dryer sheets. This is poison all day. And now we have depletion and overtoxicity. What's the only outcome? Illness. And isn't everybody, even our children, are chronically sick now? So when we close this and we fill and we end depletion and we allow the body, the pathways of elimination that should be open but are not, to be open, and then we add biomedic, which protects you every day, we can come to an equalization now where you are human who is nutrient, who is densely nutrient loaded, and you're capable of healing, restoring, and sleeping. You've got, you know, your human growth hormone is all activated. You're doing good. And then, you get your immune system is functioning at par, and you're fine. And that is what we do at Purium.
Yeah. Woo. Well said.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. So any questions? Devin, if you have questions, you can text them to Anne, or you can find the chat button and text in the chat. We can't hear you though at all.
I have something to say to add to what she said in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
So only because I know this, because that's what the doctors wanted me to do, the infusions for Crohn's. I realized that doing the infusions made me worse off, because not always, but what the infusions normally consist of is steroids, IV steroids, and that's what was causing my kidneys to shut down.
Oh God, steroids are the worst. Steroids take forever. It takes a long time usually just to even recover from steroids and detox from steroids. So yeah, that sounds harsh. So glad that you didn't have to go that route. Do you want to talk about the price?
That's great, Devin. I don't ever think about the price. I buy this and gas. There's nothing more important than this. I'm sorry. It's $300. I don't know.
It's $11 a day for 2 meals a day. That covers 2 of your meals and including all your supplements. So you're getting food fed twice daily by this stuff for $5.50 each time. And most people, I saved $300 to $400 my first month when I did this in groceries. So I wasn't
for sure.
This replaces your groceries, as Anne always says. This replaces.
Oh my God, there's no nutrients there. There's calories there. Eat for fun, have your nutrients. Eat for fun, have your nutrients.
You can come listen if you want. Or listen.
Hi.
Yeah, I don't want to be on the video chat. Listen, hi.
Well, she wants to listen. It's Matt's mom.
I'll listen.
Hi.
So
Hi,
hello. So
Yes, they
basically,
do.
like you're gonna get $100 off from Anne. It's the retail value on the pack is $429, but you're gonna get it for $329, something like that. And this is like your food. This is 60 of your 90 meals in the month.
That's a good way to say it.
You can replace you can replace any 2 meals if you want. Like you can replace your breakfast, you can replace your dinner, you can replace your lunch, it doesn't matter. Just, the first 10 days you're replacing one of those meals. The second 10 days you're replacing 3 meals, plus you can have unlimited fruits and veggies and snacks just for 10 days. And then after that, you can have like, clean green meal once a day, like at night, and you're just replacing 2 of your meals with the shakes.
Mhm.
So this is 60 of your 90 meals.
Yeah, and by the end, you're an entirely different person anyway. You won't even recognize yourself.
What do you what?
You're an entirely different creature by the end of that anyway. So we will have no idea who you're gonna be.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. You're already not eating past 8. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah,
Yeah, Devin's really wise. She's got a lot of talent and skills and a lot of knowing. So I think you probably understood everything we
like
said.
she said people spend $300 a month on Starbucks. It's true. Like you get a latte and a frappuccino in one day, and that's it. You're like, you've spent $300 in the month. Yeah.
Yep. I love that. Thank you for saying that, Devin. I'm gonna use that.
Yeah. So people who do infusions and beat Crohn's, oftentimes like later that they'll still get sick because eventually the steroids wear off. But
And
this
the
is not the same thing as suppressing. Steroids suppress, but this isn't suppressing. This is life enhancing. So, well, since Devin can't ask us any more questions, I'm sorry. I mean, you can ask us more questions, but I know that I'm sorry you can't talk. I'm sorry we can't hear you. I wish we could. But
thank you so much for coming. And the replay people will get so much out of this too.
yes,
So it's
thanks
awesome.
for watching the replay, everybody.
Yay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
There were other people who wanted to come who couldn't, so we're going to send them to you. So I'll go ahead and stop the recording. Thanks, everybody.
Thank
I
you guys
appreciate
for
you
doing this.
guys so much.